This NFL Props Week 15 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. We're also brought to you by the SGPN app. The SGPN app is completely free to download and home to all of your favorite SGPN podcasts, contests, and picks. Just type SGPN in your app store today to download America's #1 Degen app.
This is Randy Cross. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Ciao.
Yes, sir.
Tommy DeVito's agent in studio.
No, today I'm Tommy DeVito.
Oh, okay. Now you're you're actually
Hey,
Tommy
Tommy.
DeVito.
Hey, yeah.
He doesn't have the fedora. He does have the
Yo, rock.
the gold,
Perfect.
the gold chain, rocking, looking pretty good there, pretty dapper. Joining us as always for some ladder chatter, the ladder llama himself. You know him from the Bottom Line Bombs podcast, the original man in the box, Mr. CJ Sullivan. What's happening, CJ?
Great to be here. I'm also running security for DeVito, the Domenheimer, running security for DeVito here.
Yes.
The Domenheimer, just a really long version of his life.
Also, the Bet Detective now in merch
Oh
store.
yes!
Don't forget that.
Check that out. Shout out to Jake who did a great job putting together SGPN's own Bet Detective, CJ Sullivan. I mean, look at that.
It's very good.
It is. It is
Very
amazing.
good.
The bet there is, the bet there ever was. That's what it was. That's the slogan, or whatever.
A young CJ Sullivan.
Yes, dapper CJ Sullivan.
Ooh, tease me. What was his one catchphrase? And wants to please me. I was trying to make it a teaser.
Oh wait, no, that's the mask. Oh man,
Wait,
I'm
is it
trying to
squeeze
remember
me?
some.
It was all righty
Excuse me.
then. Isn't that-
Alrighty then.
We got to make that into a bet pun
Yeah.
somehow.
I was going to say, I don't think he had much more other than his innate
Right.
ability to communicate with animals.
The Call of the Wild.
So you have an ability to talk to the tickets.
All whitey then for my white angles, maybe.
Oh, okay, all right, I like that.
We're pushing it with that.
You
then.
Yeah, anytime you lean into all white, you might get some
Exactly.
pushback.
Even I was offended by that. That I said. I was just tossing about, just spitballing.
Serge,
Talk to the tickets. I like that. though.
Talk. Well, you could do ticket talk after dark.
Ticket talk after the dog.
Ooh.
Ticket talk. I do sniff out the lines though. That's what a bet detective does.
You got your hound.
CJ's on the case, sniffing out the lines.
Patty C calls in to help you sniff out the lines.
Sometimes we'll sniff lines all night.
Yeah.
To the next day. You don't even
Until
know.
you-
Yeah, we don't even know tomorrow's happening. People are going to work. We're still sniffing out lines.
It's really funny to think of CJ walking a dog that's just got cocaine all over his nose.
Hey, drug sniffing dog. He's cool. He can keep
Right.
a secret. Shout out to Sergio in the YouTube chat wondering where's Marie. Of course, I mean back to
Marie.
back. Tommy DeVito
I
and
know.
Dom sitting next to two great Italians here.
Henry?
Talking
Hendry.
NFL props. Oh man, we got a jam-packed slate of props. Even some ladder chatter, first touchdown, Degen's only parlay. Before we get to that, of course, shout out to Little C's, the original Italians, Little Caesars. Love me some Little C's. Got that pretzel crust with the pepperoni piled high and the golden buttery brown pretzel crust, the little salt sprinkles. It is delicious. You got stuffed pretzel crust. You got the M&M cookie dough brownie bites. You got the succulent Little Caesars wings, moist and tender chicken. Perfect for that dipping sauce, and great number of dipping sauces. Not only for the pretzel crust, the crazy bread. Little C's has you covered, top to bottom, Thursday through Sunday, Saturday, Monday. If they're playing football, you can get some Little C's. Order online during our Pizza pregame, 1 hour before and 3 hours after NFL kickoff. Plus, all day Sunday and Little C's delivery or our in-store pizza portal pickup. Grab some friends and enjoy a few slices during the game. Little Caesars Pizza.
Sean,
Yes.
maybe I should do. I mean, we teased the idea of me doing a pizza review, a Little Caesars review.
Okay, yeah.
Wearing my Italian shorts that I debuted on the show last night.
Man, a lot of questions about those shorts.
Long.
Well, here's the funniest part of the story. I was I'm talking to the wife this morning, and she's like, "Yeah, so watched the show last night with the little one."
Oh,
Like,
no.
you did what?
She must have been happy.
Why is Dad wearing those shorts?
Oh, Daddy's a sex symbol.
Yeah, seeing her man being an international sex symbol,
That's not what you need. That's not good parenting.
putting in work.
I mean, it's got a full dick on the front
What
of
if
the shorts.
what if she what if the
Show's
kid-
rated R. Come on.
Talk to her like Marie. You like living in this house? That's what Daddy's got to do.
Disgusting act.
Sometimes Tommy DeVito's agent's
Hey.
got to get out.
She does know how to play poker, so
Hey.
she's
Oh,
learning
really?
the good. She's learning. She can also calculate a 2-leg -110 parlay.
Really?
Nice. Yeah, she knows a good hand when she
Oh,
sees
once she
one.
solved the 4x4 Rubik's cube, it was right on the parlay map.
We got more Easton Stick chatter. ZD Mills saying Easton Stick first and last touchdown.
Ooh, I like
50
that.
plus rush yards, 500 to 1.
Wow.
I can.
That's beautiful.
And I have some confirmation that we are listened to. We're definitely listened to behind the counter at least one establishment.
Really? Because
you don't go from 130 to 1 to 30 to 1 or whatever the hell they're dangling.
Yeah.
Easton Stick 2 touchdowns right now.
Easton Stick 2 touchdowns. Well,
You don't go from 11 to 1 anytime touchdown
anytime
to
touchdown.
4 to 1.
We gave it out on the Thursday night props 11 to 1. It is now plus 400 consensus line.
Amazing.
It's bonkers. We're the only people who actually Googled his Easton Stick rushing stats in college. Found out, oh yeah, he can run the ball. And now these cowards moving from 11 to 4 to 1. You're running scared, sports folks. We're coming for you.
I gave away my handicapping, a very proprietary handicapping thing I use, which is look up their college stats. I look up their college stats and see what it looks like. Oh no, what's happening?
But he's
Sean?
from the Dakotas. That's all they do is have them running quarterbacks. They bowl over, right?
Again, it just
I don't even care what Dakota it is he's from. I know
this
he's.
is
I
gonna
know
be
he's
funny
running.
if someone's listening to this Friday morning and
And
he's been
he gets injured in the first play.
Anyway, yeah, I also had to explain to the wife why the chat was commenting about sticks last night. It was not. It had nothing to do with my stick. It was the fireman's stick. It was a ladder.
And I was talking to someone else.
Babe, it's just a part of the ladder.
Yeah,
it's just an extension of my ladder.
I'm just getting the
Get
pussy,
the stick.
getting the pussy out of the tree. Don't worry about it.
You need the stick to get the pussy out of the tree. And this I totally missed me. So Easton Stick. I don't know where he was born, but he went to school in North Dakota. His parents have to be hockey fans, right? Because their last name is Stick. Easton is a very popular hockey company that makes hockey sticks.
Easton Stick.
That can't be an accident, right? I don't know how I missed that.
How does he not have a sponsorship too for Easton Sticks?
Well, it's probably because no one's
he's
heard of him.
and he's a football player
Yeah, it
instead of
doesn't
playing
work.
hockey.
Yeah, they really missed.
Born in Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay, that's hockey country.
Okay, that's one hole in this story. In this, bet detectives on this. Also, do you get to choose your own last name? Is that a thing?
Maybe.
I don't know how they do it up in.
But Easton,
Nebraska.
you're right. That
He
goes
went
together
to
with
he
it.
went to Creighton, as some like to call it, prep school, and then he went on to the great North Dakota State for college. I see no mention of any sort of reference as to why he was named. I'll see if I can find. I'll see if I'll be the hound in this case with the cocaine all over its nose. And I'll see what I can find.
Sniffing out those lines.
Sniff that line out.
All right, Kramer, you have the honors. What is your first prop for NFL Week 15?
Well, I feel like if you listen to the pick show, you're probably guessing I'm going to be on this. Haven't been on a ton of unders this year.
Oh wow,
Nick Mullins under 244.5 passing yards. The 1.5 passing touchdowns is very juiced, minus like 170, 180. So I stayed away from that. I just went right for the Nick Mullins thing. Guy, get away from me with his. He once had an efficient play or two. Like, you dumb. This is where nerds get in their own way. They will be the first to tell you that a sample size is too small. Yet they love pointing out guys with small sample size who potentially have high efficiency potential and thus a high ceiling. Fuck you that they have Nick Mullins passing yard total of 244.5.
Put those nerds in their locker, DeVito.
What game are we talking about here? 244.5.
Well, I'll pivot off this one, Ryan, because I do agree with you, but
in a parallel fashion, I hope.
Yeah, somewhat. I do like TJ Hawkinson to have a game receiving the ball because Mullins, he loves throwing to the tight ends. Justin Jefferson is a little banged up. Bengals lead the league in receiving yards allowed to tight ends. TJ Hawkinson over 52.5 receiving yards is just too low. So I'm with you. I don't think he gets over all those passing yards, but I do think him getting to like 200, 225 with a lot of it being Hawkinson. I like that angle. Do you not agree, Ryan?
I don't understand a guy who he couldn't even stay healthy as a backup quarterback. He's not running the scout team. He's the backup. He hurts his back in the middle of the season, so he's missing out on time there. What has this guy done in his career that makes you think he's going to come in and look good? We've had backup quarterbacks eventually look good, but most of them didn't look good in that first game.
Well, you had that Monday nighter, right? And then Brett Favre called him on the 50-yard line or something. A couple Southern Miss guys when he was on the Niners.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He was on the Niners, right? And he had that in that Monday night game. He had a big game, got a win. And because he's from Southern Miss, they just wanted to get Brett Favre on the telecast.
I mean, it's literally
and
that.
He called him like he was the president, calling the fucking Super Bowl winners back in the day.
He's got the majority of the games that he played were for the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
A system that we're literally in the middle of saying Brock Purdy shouldn't be the MVP because it's so fucking easy.
Yeah, he was 5-11.
Well, Nick Mullins' efficiency is fucking amazing. So anyway, I get the sense that I'm seeing some resistance from the crowd, but
I'm with
it.
Oh, okay.
You talked me out of drop. I have to start him in a fantasy playoff game. You talked me out of absolutely cutting him. You know,
I think
I hear what you're saying though.
I think
what's your thoughts on Cincinnati's defense?
We'll see. I mean, to be determined, I guess.
Right.
They've had moments where they've looked all right. I think they have a good defensive coordinator who can. I'm gonna give him an advantage against a backup quarterback, much like he had against say Gardner Minshew.
I will say they were pretty hesitant to go to him while Josh Dobbs was was on a run of the worst quarterbacking in the history of the league.
They literally traded for a guy.
Right.
Nick Mullins was hurt.
Yeah.
Because he got a back boo-boo.
Right.
And he wasn't ready.
But even when he was healthy and Dobbs was doing what he was doing, they still wouldn't go to Mullins.
By the way, Dobbs now the third stringer. So insult to injury.
What was his number exactly?
244.5.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
I
mean,
right. Okay.
Most of his. Yeah. The weapons around him aren't that great. The Hawkinson's the only angle I see, and I like Cincinnati. So, CJ, what do you got? First prop.
I'll stick with a quarterback, but we'll go to the opposite end. I think, and this is you can get some props for most passing yards on Sunday.
Ooh.
On this guy, and I'm not throwing that as a prop. This is your basic, but you'll hear from him again at the end when we get to. I like to set up.
Yeah,
my foreshadowing for the Degen parlays. But right here in Los Angeles, Matthew Stafford is going to have a monster game against his Commanders secondary. Everyone does. Everyone's lighting it up against Washington secondary recently, and then and it's just the Rams in general. And his prop is 265 and a half.
Great minds think alike. I also have this down. Washington 4th in the league in pass yards allowed. Cup and Nakua against that Washington secondary.
Insane. I'll go completions or attempts if you want me to switch it off. Doesn't matter.
We can co-sign the yards.
It's like ordering the same entree. You know, just because
that's a great idea.
You know what I mean?
You don't need a. We got the bone-in ribeye, CJ. We don't need to get different stuff. It's delicious. That's what you get.
Right. That's how good the Stafford entree is going to be on Sunday. I mean, they're playing great anyway. These Rams.
Yeah,
you know,
and they look great against the Ravens. Now I picked them on the show at 6.5. There's a little concern about looking ahead to Thursday, maybe a Commander's late back door, but
they don't have time to look ahead nowadays.
You're right.
I mean,
it's must win.
We're mid-December here, you know, and they lost that game because they refused to not get blocked in the back 5 times during a punt return, and then instead of come back,
There was a lot of those.
I mean, my God, the referee was just running like touchdown.
It was one of those things where I just kind of assumed watching it eye test that it was going to come back with a penalty, and then there was just never a penalty. All right,
it was insane.
I guess
it was bad weather. The refs were like, "Let's get the hell out of here."
That's the classic. I'm not missing my fucking flight. Let's go.
Baltimore rainstorm. You want to get the hell out of
and
there.
Stafford did all that in Baltimore in that bad weather. Imagine he's coming back here, the beautiful conditions of SoFi, which beautiful stadium. The Bet detective's going to check out the field conditions at the LA Gronk Bowl the night before.
Oh yes,
possibly, and make sure the field are. Because we know Boise State with no quarterback's not going to be able to throw the ball on there, so they'll keep the field pristine with Chip Kelly.
Look out. All right, here we go, Kramer. So I've given out 2. I jumped ahead, but Kramer, what's your second?
Mine the Q. Another quarterback under. We I want to say this was part of our PrizePicks entry, but Mitchell Trubisky to go under his passing yardage, another under in the passing yardage. 205.5 is the number I grabbed before the show. I want to say it was 209 when we discussed it on PrizePicks just yesterday, Sean, on Wednesday. This is good for many reasons. One, again, you can let yourself be talked into the fact that the Colts defense is worse and it's going to help Mitch Trubisky have a great game. But you would just be playing the like it's due. With 4 blacks in a row, got to have a red showing up on the roulette table. They're talking about Mason Rudolph maybe playing. So I guess from a betting perspective, when you include benching and injury into the range of outcomes, Sean, give me that long ass tail on the under.
What's the exact number?
205.5.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm also going to throw out because you brought it up. I do like Jaylen Warren in the receiving yards market, Ryan. Jaylen Warren.
Do some counter correlation parlays.
You really could, because him getting some check down stuff against this Colts team. Colts 5th in the league in allowing receiving yards to the running back. Najee Harris is banged up, not practicing. We're taping this on a Thursday. It's Saturday. If he does play, he's not going to be 100%. And the Colts are just coming off a game where they gave up 126 receiving yards to the running backs last week. And if you're Tomlin or whoever's calling plays or whoever's drawing up the offense, don't you give Mitch Trubisky easy stuff? And what's easier than dump off to Jaylen Warren over 17.5 receiving yards? He's been getting more involved as is. So I love the Jaylen Warren over receiving yards, but I do think they could have trouble in general, the offense. I still like Pittsburgh because they're getting Watt and Highsmith back. I like that matchup against Gardner Minshew, but I also like the receiving running backs. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a Mitch truther by any means.
Wow. Well, I have resting Mitch face just listening to this because I'm glad we're doing this show. Yeah. Just beforehand, go ahead, Kramer.
Well, I was just gonna say he 26 of 68 games in his career he's gone over.
All right. I was just saying because beforehand I was talking about not to bring fantasy into all of this, but I do a fantasy playoff game and I have quarterback's dire situation with Justin Herbert getting injured. And Kramer talked me out of getting rid of Nick Mullins for Mitch Trubisky. Yes. And now he comes out here,
and then his first prop
he's fading them both.
Oh, I still like Mitch Trubisky because I think
it is pretty funny to advise someone.
I love it.
To go with Mitch Trubisky. But CJ's list of available quarterbacks are pretty funny. No. He's just sitting there at the bar and he goes, "All right, I got Trubisky, DeVito, Jake. Right. No, not even Jake Browning.
You just intrigued me by saying Mason Rudolph might get some burn. Maybe I'll toss it.
Desmond Ritter.
Is Duck Hodges still on the team?
Zach Wilson. Yeah, I can see Zach. Like it was a murderer's row of quarterback
getting
dredge.
No reaction to player of the week, Zach Wilson. Right?
You got Ritter out there.
I was on record as saying DeVito because I still think maybe some rushing yards. But Kramer's point of saying, hey, just kind of they're all fairly not great throwing quarterbacks.
Right.
You know, see who is going to get you those rush yards.
Bet on the rushing
kind of makes sense.
Not too bad.
But what do you like prop wise, CJ?
All right, let me add stick real quick, and then let me get. But I'm going to I'm going to do a quarterback I wish I had, but not his quarterback was his tight end because I am wacko for Flacco there.
Oh, look at you.
Cleveland Bears game. Well, I love that. I love this game anyway because this is exactly what the Bears do. They get all hyped up before the season. They think they're gonna do, then they fall. Then they're terrible. They finally admit, okay, let's move next year. Then they win a couple games and they completely forget everything they saw all year round. No, Fields is our guy. Let's go. Let's make a playoff push, and then they fucking set themselves back for another 10 years. They're not. Their defense is playing well, but it was also on the road. That was against Josh Dobbs. Let's not get.
He's now been excommunicated from the league. So.
Let's not get too crazy. The pastronaut, as I overheard you in the side room there, Sean, crash landed, as you say.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was going with the Challenger metaphor, but people said that was too dark.
No sensitivity. Fucking asshole.
Oh, I mean, come on. There's one ship that crashed. How do you not mention it when talking about the astronauts?
You should reference that flight that disappeared.
Okay,
you can use that one instead.
I feel
the Malaysian flight, where they found all the wreckage, but they're like, we still don't know.
Yeah.
We did find a plane door in the Indian Ocean,
but it's a generational thing. I think everyone grows up with the one tragedy, and those jokes are with you for life. Like Christian McAuliffe jokes are with me for life.
Yes,
you know those NASA need another 7 astronauts. Anyway, David Njoku, the tight end for Cleveland. There, he's just in since week 7. He's averaging 9 targets and 55 yards a game, and his total selling at 40.5. His reception prop's a little higher. It's like 4.5, 5.5. I didn't like that. But Flacco's setting, and I think Flacco, he's fine. First of all, I can't believe this is his first stint with Cleveland.
Well, did you? Yeah.
If someone would have told me like this is like gun to my head, I definitely would have said he played for the Browns before this.
And he actually signed. I think it was today. He was still technically a free agent.
I love how to go to the practice squad after every game. After every fucking game,
it's like, guys, I am the best quarterback on the roster.
But finally, he's too old to run. And now, before growing, his whole career, he always thought he could be a little elusive, run around the pocket, and that just got him in trouble. So now he's like a grandpa at Christmas. Just sit there.
I keep saying it. My dad, when he requests to be all-time quarterback, where it's like just stands back there, not gonna move.
We'll bring you a plate. We'll put the game in front of you. Don't move. You're gonna step on some kids. So Njoku over 40.5 receiving yards. I just like Flacco. I like the Browns in this game a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he had a massive game. It's hard not to imagine they'll go back to him this week.
Sure, even if obviously he's not going to have an 88 2-touchdown game,
but he's still going to have. Yeah,
either way.
You. I still think he has a big spot.
I will say, just generally, I only get to be pleased and surprised with Sean mispronouncing name. But
I do it intentionally. That comes from my dad. He originally says, "Hey, in comedy, how you ever think about Jerry Seinfeld? You ever see what he has to say?"
What's
David Njoku?
How about when I tried the Tennessee tight end the other night? I didn't even want to throw it on the Zoom call.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I don't have time to go back and correct it either. You know what? My former pronunciation is. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you want to hear the winners, or do you want to get into grammatics?
No, I mean it's winners.
Thanks.
Winners only. People are not here for the grammatics.
Yeah, that's why I did not laugh at Zion mispronouncing. What was extraordinary? What was the word he tried to throw out there? They're all making fun of him.
Oh, I missed that. Zion Williamson.
Yeah, Zion Williamson. His press conference. It's pretty. It's not like extraordinary. He stops midway through. It just turns into a different word.
Are we trying? Have we discussed his how he's gone back to his sugary habits since the stripper left him?
Yeah, he's fat again, and I guess you can just fat shame people if they're professional athletes.
Sure, if it comes from a good place, like I'm Stephen A.
Well, they released it as a. Imagine someone putting out a press release that you're fat. Right. That's just gotta feel, or leaking to beat reporters that you're fat. That's so weird.
I mean, it is one of the few professions where it probably does hurt your ability to do your job if you're fat. So objectively, he's fat, and that concludes the NBA talk. I will say we are prepping for a big NBA
what if that was in
preview.
What if that was in a WNBA? What if you said?
Oh yes. Oh man, that is. What if there was a female Zion Williamson? Please. Would they be able to say anything?
Please bring me female Zion.
I know.
Good Lord.
I would love a female Zion.
Just this like giant brick house. Oh,
what a TV series on WB that would be. Mr. and Mrs. Zion.
Sean, what prop are we on? I've lost count.
I've given out 3, but I think I was kind of getting ahead of the game. No. So I think you're on your 3rd, right?
All right, I'll give you an over.
Okay. Yeah, thank God.
I don't know where once again these bookmakers falling asleep at the wheel.
Mason Rudolph over 12 yards.
Oh, I wish they would dangle that prop. You know what they're making Tyler Allgeier's rushing prop this week, Sean? 30.5.
What?
How many times has Tyler Algier gone under 30.5 since week 5?
Since week 5, Tyler Algier.
I mean, I can do the whole season. Whole season.
A whole season?
Yeah.
He's gone under it twice.
3 times.
Wow.
So what are we doing?
Well, and Arthur Smith, he's basically giving them every other carry. Like it's 9
they're
to
going
10,
against the
10.
Panthers. It's a run. He just did 9 for 40 against the Bucks, a team that's good against the run.
And it's going to be it's going to be outdoor, sloppy weather. Arthur Smith's going to let. I mean, I haven't
any reason to bet Tyler Algier.
If you've seen pass attempts for Desmond Ridder, I would play it. I would play an under at like 12.5 because you're not gonna. I mean,
dude,
that's extreme. But if you're Arthur Smith, don't let Desmond Ridder pass. Like I 100% agree with.
Listen to this: Tyler Algier and Puka Nacua were on the same team at BYU. How'd they not win the national championship?
Well, with Zach Wilson?
Not Zach Wilson was gone by.
Was Hall?
Okay.
It's probably Jaron Hall, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
I mean
Which, by the way, where's he in the rotation? These Vikings.
He's now backup.
What wasn't he supposed to be the guy before Dobbs?
Yeah. Dobbs came out of nowhere, and then everyone was making fun of. Oh, why didn't the Jets take Dobbs? Look what he's doing.
Right.
Backup quarterback announcements have been a thing of 2023.
My God.
So I mean, I'm not going to add it to my official card, but Desmond Ridder 25.5 passing attempts. Smash that under. Smash that under. There's no way they're going to let him.
They won't need to.
And it's bad. Yeah, like they don't need to. There's bad weather. The Panthers are horrible against the run. It's going to be 9-3. Falcons will win and cover. I mean, that's what I'm seeing.
I know. That's what
I'm seeing.
That's why I couldn't even consider him for my fantasy.
No,
a terrible matchup for Carolina.
One thing if he ran the ball a little
right.
bit, but I don't know. He really doesn't. It's not good.
Ridder on the road was the worst.
He really is bad. Hey, before we hear some more props, reminder: this show's sponsored by BetterHelp. That's right. Holiday season. Oh, so much stress, the travel, the dealing with the in-laws, family, holidays. It's they're supposed to be fun, but it creates a ton of pressure, creates a ton of stress, and can actually make things worse. It's a good time to check in on yourself. See, like, hey, I've been working my ass off, really stressed out. Talk therapy can really help. I mean, think how many pro athletes find time to talk to someone, some sports psychiatrists. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's super convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire. You get matched with the therapist. You can switch therapists at any time, no additional charge. And use the promo code SGPN, 50% off your first month. Give it a try. How many people have you ever heard go, "Oh, I tried therapy, made my life way worse"? Like, no, people. At the very least, you get something out of talking to someone, and you're gonna feel better. In the season of giving, give yourself what you need with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/SGPN today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/SGPN. CJ, how say you? Props. What do we like?
Props. Speaking of young bad quarterbacks, at Tennessee game, DeAndre Hopkins and Levis obviously have a connection.
Yes.
They're getting support from Des Bryant in the Twitterverse.
Oh, I missed that. Saying
he's a dog. He's saying he congratulated Will Levis. Dog. Said you're a dog. Way to dump that hoochie during the draft day who left you for NIL money or whatever she got out to. You don't let her back. He said don't let her back. She's going to come back after that game. And then she's tweeting at DeAndre. He's tweeting at DeAndre Hopkins. Des is all over the place. I don't know what Des is trying to do.
No, who's he saying he was
fan.
going to fight? Well, I'll pull that up. I thought he was trying to fight someone.
Des was?
Yeah.
Probably someone jumped in there because he was saying how great it is for DeAndre Hopkins to be in Tennessee because of Levis. At first I didn't want you to, but now that you have Levis, this guy's a dog. You're going to do it.
High praise.
Huge praise from Des Bryant. So his prop is 57.5, which I like too, but I'm going to go over longest reception because we all know what Levis does. We watched Levis, maybe the greatest quarterback performance we saw here in that second half. His incompletions were incredible.
That's the thing. He's got that. It's the same thing that made people get excited about him in the pre-draft process. It's like, ooh,
Right. I mean, his arm is electric.
it's got some pop.
So
Got that cannon.
yeah. So he either goes deep or sidearm short. He doesn't do the interchangeable. So 22.5 longest reception. DeAndre Hopkins,
Oh,
I think, is a
yeah. He's
pretty safe bet because he's going deep to him, and Hopkins demands that it only goes to him. No one else is getting it in honor of
listen, Will.
Frankie Wycheck. I think it's a big receiver.
So Will Levis is. They're also wearing. I don't know if we forgot to talk about this. The jersey.
I did write it down. Yeah, that was the final thing that got me on the Titans this week. They are bringing the Oilers throwbacks. Colby's already enraged about it, but that they don't. I don't think you can lose in those jerseys.
They're great jerseys. They're the best
fresh
jerseys. I don't think. But the problem, I see Colby's deal. The problem
completely disagree.
Why does Tennessee deserve the Oiler nickname?
You're wearing Houston's jerseys against them.
It's the ultimate mind fuck.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's pretty.
You're
amazing.
gonna get bent over. This is a bad move.
If I was the Texans, I'd be arguing for wearing those jerseys. I'm just glad we get to see the jerseys.
That's true.
And
love you, powder blue, Bum Phillips.
You just like those pretty jerseys.
Oh, they're beautiful.
If Vrabel wore the Bum Phillips cowboy hat out there, now we'd have something.
Kramer, how many props have you given out?
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone's fourth prop. What do you got?
All right. Well, Zach, this is where I throw out the Zach Moss prop.
Okay.
So Zach Moss, you wouldn't believe it. My first thought was like, all right, we'll play the touchdown ladder with Zach Moss. That'll be a good way to talk about it. Terrell mentioned it's his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Take a guess what his anytime price is.
Zach Moss, I'm gonna say -115.
-160.
Wow.
Oh my God. And
His 3 touchdown is 15-1. You can't play that.
No.
What are you supposed to do there? So I went and go play the rushing yards. I do think Pittsburgh has continually been disappointing in the rushing game, defending the running game, even with all their pieces back. We kept hearing for a while it was we needed Cam Hayward back. He was going to make everything better. They're still very much a middling to below average run defense. So yeah, we're going to take the Zach Moss over. Ooh, the rush attempts is 18.5, which I wrote down. He's gone under that. He's had an 18 rush attempts, a strange amount of times. Because at first I was like, take the variance out of it with the yards. But yeah, 18.5 too high, 71.5 for the rushing yards. I'll take that instead. I think it's just going to be a volume thing. To your point, like Minshew's had some struggles. They kind of got away from the run game a little bit last week.
He doesn't have to be super efficient to get it done.
Minshew is definitely the party guest that's hanging around too long. You know, like
he's literally a guy in the van.
Yeah, he's great for a while. Then like, okay, it's time to go.
You guys need help clean it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, the party was great. Thanks, Gardner. Thanks, Gardner. Okay. Yeah, I could see him getting a little annoying at the end there. And what was it? He won 4 in a row. Then kind of hit the wall. We'll see if that continues. CJ, what do you got?
Sure.
Before we get to our beautiful ladders here.
Before we get to the ladders, one more foreshadowing. I'm going to get into the Sunday night game. This guy wanted to play a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure how he did, but Odell Beckham lately has been becoming Odell Beckham, and that Jacksonville defense. Obviously, their secondary has been trash for the last month.
Yes,
he's getting absolutely lit up. And Odell is in. There's going to be a bounce back performance. They had some injuries in the receiver course. He loves the primetime games. We all know Odell Beckham. He likes the VIP boots. He loves when the lights are on.
I like this angle.
His number is 40.5.
Yeah.
And if you want to work his ladder, I'm not going to go to a ladder, but he's a very ladderable primetime ladderable. Yeah, absolutely. In his last 5 games, he's averaged 69 yards and a half. Jacksonville defense has given up the 3rd most receiving yards of wide receivers in the last 8 weeks.
And I feel like it's clearly him over Bateman right
now.
No,
absolutely.
Like,
it's not even close. Everyone likes Zay Flowers, and I like Zay Flowers as well, but they're almost more of a gadget guy. He is definitely the alpha A1 receiver.
I think Beckham's good for like a touchdown and like one deep shot, and then maybe a couple like
he's
yard
involved.
After the catch.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything about him.
And so and with especially Mark Andrews out,
right?
likely taken some of his targets, certainly, but I don't think he's taken all of them. I think the spillover's
likely certainly not more consistent. He's definitely erratic. He's got the talent, of course, but at 40.5, that Odell Beckham and that ladder gets
feels pretty low.
Yeah.
For me, love a good tight end. Give me Tucker Kraft, Green Bay Packers over 35.5 receiving yards.
They like him.
Yeah, they like him.
Can Musgrave come back this week?
I'm almost positive no, but I'll double check.
Honestly, the injury stuff with all the way the teams just lie to us. They openly just lie.
Yeah.
No, he the latest report I see about Luke Musgrave is that he's still in rehab.
He's moving on to rehab, which sounds like something one of my buddies from back home is doing. But this
moved down to one of those houses in Florida.
I'm moving on to rehab. Tucker, 10 targets past 2 games, coming off a 6-target game. Tampa Bay has not been good against the tight end. 6 in receiving yards allowed. The Tampa Bay defense in general is pretty banged up. Like they're missing a bunch of the linebackers. I mean, just in general, the defense. I think they just did a walkthrough the other day instead of practicing. That's how banged up they are. And Christian Watson not practicing today on a Thursday, most likely out as well. And so it's Tucker Kraft, it's Jaden Reed, it's some of these
like
other.
Aaron Jones could be back. AJ Dillon with a broken thumb now.
Yeah, maybe Aaron Jones comes in and sucks up some of the receiving yards. Although Aaron Jones, again, we've had this conversation how many weeks in a row? It's is he coming back? Is this the week? And it's never the week. It's Green Bay in particular is very annoying with their injury shit.
Do you want to switch your pick off of Albany to align with Tucker Kraft all the way?
Oh, is he a South Dakota State guy?
He is.
No, sorry, Tucker.
Oh.
South Dakota State looking ahead towards that next playoff game, Ryan. Ryan thought I was a wise guy for saying South Dakota was looking past Villanova in the FCS playoffs. They were laying 20.5. I know it's the playoffs, but Villanova easily covered that number.
2 weeks in a row. South
Should have
Dakota
won outright.
The reason for fading South Dakota State has been that they're looking ahead in a playoff.
Are they looking at I hope they're looking at a championship game. Is my Great Danes?
Oh baby,
Live dogs.
40-1 ticket to ship it all.
Let's go.
You can still grab them at 25-1, by the way.
Poffenberger. Just Google that guy. And
Don't hassle the Poff, baby.
Watch that 360 dunk.
He's amazing. He's elusive.
We'll get him on the show.
He's
a little inaccurate, but he can run. You can still get them at 25-1, which I think is a pretty crazy price for a team in the Final Four.
Yeah, that's because they're 22-point dogs.
Yeah, they are. It's down to 20.
Who better to be a dog than the Great Danes? All right, we're going to debut our ladders in just a second. Of course, shout out to PrizePicks. PrizePicks.com/SGPN. 100% deposit match up to $100. Make that first deposit. Of course, as CJ always likes to remind you, they have that sweet injury reboot policy. If your guy gets knocked out in basketball or football here in the first half, you are rebooted. PrizePicks, the only daily fantasy sports platform with an injury insurance policy, and tons of projections. A lot of the projections we're discussing here on the episode, maybe you can go over, find similar numbers over on PrizePicks. Get yourself a nice little 3-ticket PrizePicks entry, and the cross sports stuff is super fun. College football, college basketball as well. Imagine putting together LeBron James and Travis Kelce, or maybe Giannis to storm a team's locker room and try and secure the game ball. I don't know if PrizePicks offered that yet, but I would certainly take the higher. Go to PrizePicks.com/SGPN. Use code SGPN. First deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks.com/SGPN. Code SGPN. Daily fantasy sports made easy.
Bang.
Very hilarious story.
I am legally obligated to say that I accidentally mentioned Austin Eckler in the injury thing, so I might have jinxed him for an injury tonight.
Oh no!
I already took out Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Kramer, you're wondering why quarterback play is down. It's CJ doing his PrizePicks.
He's got the sniper rifle. I see.
Just picking them off one after the next. All right, enough messing around. Time for the ladder chatter. Get the stick. All right. I'll go first. Get my ladder.
My ladder's gonna blow everyone's mind.
Get my ugly ass ladder out of the way. Actually, I do like this one. Part of me is,
I like my ladder.
well, I was being, self-deprecating.
You're nagging it. I get it.
Ryan threw this name out on our pregame show last week and
I already know who it
didn't
is.
figure out a way to get him in DFS. I assumed the window had passed, that there wouldn't be any value in his pricing this week. And yet, lo and behold, I go to James Cook receiving yards, and there is a delicious ladder opportunity. Ryan, what do you think his plus 235? What I'm giving out is the first leg of the ladder. What do you think that starts at for James Cook, a guy who had 83 receiving yards last week, 57 the week before?
Well, you're probably gonna get to like 40 receiving yards.
40 receiving yards at plus 235, 50 receiving yards at 4-1, 60 receiving yards at 7-1.
What?
70 receiving yards, 11-1.
Oh my god.
He has 170. Yeah, he's got. Oh my god. He has 170 receiving yards in his last 2 games.
That's crazy.
And we could be experiencing a little weather, make a little dump down by old Joshy Allen.
Buffalo hates running the ball.
Yeah, drop it off to James Cook, who's been catching the ball well. I think he has like a 30% target share on routes run the past 2 games. Like, something has happened since they brought in the new offensive coordinator, where one, he's running way more routes and he's getting targeted at a much higher rate on those routes. Very delicious ladder opportunity. Let's go.
I'm like watching these ladders adjust in real time. It's like we start talking about ladders and just like
they're. I mean, Kramer, we are live.
blink, 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 blink,
I
blink,
mean,
blink.
That's why you have to
Right.
subscribe on YouTube, turn the notifications on. You're gonna miss some sweet.
Do you want to be able to brag about ladder CLV to your friends?
I mean, call the show Behind the Counter, because this is open. This show is listened to behind all the counters.
I think so.
DraftKings,
Clearly they
MGM,
are.
and numbers are moved.
I mean, like, not even kidding. As Sean started talking about Tucker Kraft, which unrelated, just blink, 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 blink. Someone's. I really do think our office might be bugged.
Might be bugged. All right, we're up against it. Kramer, what's your ladder?
Well, this will blow your mind. Kadarius Toney, receiving yards. They desperately want to fix him. He's so close to broken. He's already mentally weak, and he's now cost the team 2 games. They go right back to him. 25 is plus 120, 85. 40 is 5-1. 50 receiving yards for Kadarius Toney, 9-1.
Oh man, let's go.
CJ,
That's great. As much as you love Kadarius Toney, I could see that one coming. I could feel. The Vikings Bengals game, Alexander Madison ruled out recently.
I love this angle.
We have Ty Chandler filling in. We love Ty Chandler. Now, his rushing props, they've kind of adjusted. Like, still able to hit. I think it's around 50 or 54.5. But I'm going on that. We're going to fade that Nick Mullins. I know Hawkinson is on your prop sheet. He loves the tight end. I'm going to go with a little check down with Nick Mullins and Ty Chandler.
Yeah,
I couldn't
little
get to
dink and dunk.
Yeah, a little dink and dunk. I can see him. He's the only back they have back there in the safety valve. I couldn't get receptions, but reception yards. This is an incredible ladder. What do you think this thing starts off? We'll bring it up here. We're gonna get We're gonna get the Christmas lights out with this one.
Oh, and CJ. Oh, he has Christmas lights. Wow.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna get the Christmas lights out with this one. The cat likes to play with the Christmas tree, of course.
Don't bite the lights, kitty.
That's LED. It's safe.
Yeah,
Okay.
He gets messing in there. We'll start off the run at 16.5 receiving yards. So you know where this is going already.
Oh my God.
Last year's lights are tangled up in there. Untangle them, Russ. Get on the roof. We'll jump right to the mid-level. 47 yards plus 365. 57 yards plus 675. And this is where we start getting the scaffolding out and getting all the lights out for Wanamakers on Saks on 5th Avenue. 67 yards at plus 1260.
What?
And then top off Ty Chandler receiving yards, very doable at 77 yards plus 2190.
Oh my God.
Stugotz.
Now,
is this behind the counter? Because get that while you turn off your notifications.
It's blinking as we speak.
I mean, you got to think a little bit out. The man in the box sometimes has to think outside that box. because Ty Chandler not known for his receiving, but he is the only fun back there. Mullins a lot of checkdowns, and all he has to do is spring a couple of those against this very susceptible Cincinnati defense.
I like
Love it. Love it. All right.
And then we save the lights. Hold on, we'll turn
Turn
off.
the battery off. Save the lights.
Save the lights. Save the bows.
All right. Love it. Okay. First touchdown and Degen's only parlay, of course, brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, HOFBets.com, promo code SGPN. Download the Hall of Fame Bets. Use the promo code SGPN. 50% off your first month today. Were you saying something?
I was going to say we can tease the first touchdown for the pregame.
Okay. Yeah. Save it for the pregame.
And then we'll just do a Degen parlay.
All right. Close it out with the Degen's only parlay. My baby Degen only parlay, most receiving yards in the Steelers versus the Colts game. Jalen Warren 30-1. I mean, him having like 89 receiving yards and no one else doing anything, very doable in my mind. But of course, I'm going to the tight end position. Tanner Hudson, who is Jake Browning's guy in the red zone, 2 touchdowns, 70-1. Book it, baby. Book it. Kramer, what do you got?
Well, I last week we kind of dabbled in it. CJ was talking about it earlier, but I do like the player to have the most yard, most whatever in a range.
Yep.
There's a couple that stood out to me, but the one that really stood out to me, you just mentioned the quarterback, T. Higgins, to have the most receiving yards on Saturday is 25-1.
I mean,
Just on Saturday.
Just on Saturday.
Wow.
There's 3 games only.
Yeah.
And so,
I love Browning.
Very interesting angle there. I also, because Browning is the second favorite to be the yardage leader on Saturday, only behind Jared Goff. So that's an interesting angle. I also thought, again, one more Saturday angle. Zach Moss is overwhelming chalk, and to what CJ just said, okay, let's just say Minnesota does have success. It's gonna be because the running game's working. Ty Chandler doesn't really have anyone in his way. He's plus 550 again for only Saturday.
Wow.
They haven't been the best running team, but I think they might have to. I don't love that one as much, but that's and then Chase Brown if you really want to get.
Well, you know what I think.
Now you're talking.
You know what I think about Chase Brown.
Chase
Brown 30-1. But yeah, the big play. T. Higgins 25-1, most yards on Saturday.
Beautiful.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
CJ, close it out with a
Hashtag Degens only.
parlay for the folks.
All right, we'll do a couple. 2 of them. One I learned from you guys how to up the ante, but I already told you I like Stafford on Sunday for over at 260 yards. He likes to throw those short touchdowns as well, so we're going to have him throw 4 touchdown passes. Not going to get greedy with the 5. I could, but 4 touchdown passes that comes in a plus 330. But you parlay that. You parlay that with Odell, like I told you, Odell's ladder is very nice for 100 yards. His 100 yard or 105 yards is 1410 for Odell.
100 yards for Odell?
For Odell, that's nothing on prime time versus that Jacksonville defense. So you parlay Stafford's 4 touchdowns with Odell's 109 yards. That's 63-1 for that Degen parlay. Now to add on to that, and I learned that from you, Kramer.
Keep going.
Let me toss a couple free squares in there.
Ooh, okay.
Because if Stafford's going to throw 4 touchdowns, I mean,
someone's got to catch those.
Someone's got to catch him, and who's going to catch him for the Rams? Now I could do a couple 2 here. Let's not get greedy. Let's go 1 Puka and let's go 1 Koopa.
Oh,
Koopa,
I like that.
Koopa, Puka, Stafford, Odell, same parlay. That is 158-1.
158-1.
He's calling across the pond.
Just tossing a couple free squares in there with
calling
right.
international.
Yeah, they're both plus money individually, by the way, to catch touchdown, which I love.
Let's freaking go. CJ, always appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the Bottom Line Bombs for the man in the box, the bet detective. You get all his different nicknames on the Bottom Line Bombs podcast. Kramer, we're going to be back tonight after Thursday Night Football, talking a little college basketball, and of course, that subscribe button.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
We might have to be revisited by the Italian anteater tonight.
Kramer, let it ride.